Hello, great to have you with us on ERi-TV. This is English News Broadcast live from the headquarters in Asmara at exactly 10:30 p.m. First, the top stars. President of Somalia on working visit to Eritrea. Effort made to strengthen support to families of martyrs. Israel's death toll has risen to at least 600 people. Afghanistan Earthquake death toll rises to 2,000. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud of the Republic of Somalia arrived in Asmara in the morning hours today for a working visit. On arrival at the Asmara International Airport, President Hassan and his delegation were accorded warm welcome by President Isaias Afwerki. Mr. Osman Saleh, Minister of the Foreign Affairs, was present for the welcoming ceremony. In their initial meeting at the State House, President Isaias Afwerki and President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud held profound discussion on strengthening bilateral ties as well as regional developments of mutual interest. The two leaders also discussed and agreed to intensify the implementation of the issue they discussed an agreement reached in previous meetings. The Ansaba region branch of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students made a commitment to step up effort to support the families of martyrs and disadvantaged citizens. This was stated during a meeting held from October the 2nd to 4th. At the meeting, it was reported that the Union branch, alongside political activities to develop the awareness of the youth popular campaign, will be conducted to harvest crops of the families of disadvantaged citizens. Additionally, it was stated that over 1,125 youth received vocational training over the course of the previous 9 months. 214 Union branch representatives from the South Zone and administrative areas received training in administration and leadership, and Youth Friend Congress were held in the South Zone of Ad Tekelezan, Habero, and Hamel Malo. Mr. Azazi Barkhataab, head of the Union branch in the region, said that activities outlined in the plan have been carried out thanks to the support and involvement of government and PFDJ institutions and the public. Speaking at the event, Mr. Salah Ahmedin, chairman of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, emphasized the importance of strengthening organizational capacity to carry out the union's planned programs and urged the public to increase participation and contribution. The attendees, for their part, engaged in the lengthy discussion on the issue brought up during the meeting and adopted a number of recommendations. We are live on ERi-TV. Stay tuned for international news. Israel's death toll has risen to at least 600 people as the country's security cabinet has declared Israel is at war. The death toll in Israel following a surprise attack by the militant group Hamas stands at 600, according to today's report of several Israel media outlets. The Kam public broadcaster and Channel 12, as well as the Haaretz and Times of Israel newspaper, reported the toll today. There has been no official confirmation of the number of deaths on the Israel side since the fighting erupted early yesterday. Palestinian officials say more than 300 people have been killed in Gaza without differentiating between fighters and civilians. Israeli forces today tracked down hundreds of Palestinian fighters who infiltrated into their territory and bombarded the Gaza Strip after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke of a long and difficult war against Hamas. The surprise offensive launched at dawn yesterday by the Palestinian Islamist movement Hamas in power in Gaza left hundreds of deaths on both sides. Netanyahu said that the first phase was being completed with the elimination of the vast majority of enemy forces that have infiltrated Israeli territory, warning the Israelis that they were embarking on a long and difficult war. The army announced that it would evacuate all residents living near the Palestinian territory in the next 24 hours. The death toll from powerful earthquake in West Afghanistan has crossed 2,000. This is according to senior Taliban leader. He added that the number might rise further in one of the deadliest quakes to hit the country in 2 decades. Suhai Sahin, the Taliban spokesperson, stated that many people were missing and rescue operations were underway to save people trapped under the rubble in the wake of the magnitude 6.3 earthquake in Herat province. He also added that there was an urgent need for tents, medical and food items in the areas hit by the disaster, as he appealed to local businessmen and NGOs to come forward to help people in need. Today, people attempted to dig out the dead and injured with their hands in Herat, clambering over rocks and debris. Survivors and victims were trapped under buildings that had crumbled to the ground, their faces grey with dust. Besides the 2,060 deaths, 1,240 people were injured, and 1,320 houses are completely destroyed, said Abdul Wahid Ryan, spokesperson at the Ministry of Information and Culture. About 6 villages have been destroyed and hundreds of civilians have been buried under the debris, he said, calling the urgent people. The magnitude 6.3 earthquake hit 40 kilometers northwest of the city of Herat at about 11 a.m. yesterday. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, strong aftershock were felt in the neighboring 2 provinces. Now we have a quick recap of the top stories. President of Somalia on working visit to Eritrea. Efforts made to strengthen support to families of martyrs. Israel's death toll has risen to at least 600 people. Afghanistan earthquake death toll rises to 2,000. That was all with the news for this evening. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.